Hi everyone, Lensman Oz here. Welcome to episode 12 of my Modular Mayhem Let's Play series. So today, I am tired of mining. I am sick to death of it. It's not something I enjoy. I'm one of these people who likes to automate. But before I get to that, I have to show you what I did in between episodes. Firstly, I've moved the oil pump, and it disappeared again when I broke it, so I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Guys, please tell me. So I had to make another one, but as you've seen, they're pretty cheap. I've moved it over to the oil 1 from oil 2, and everything seems to be quite full here. I think the light oil tank might be full out the back there. The other thing I've done is you can put sulfur in here with your natural gas, and it gets you rubber sheets. And rubber sheets are required, or make it easier to make the next level up of cable, but they're also required to make the miner, I believe. Where was it? Let's just type it in. Miner. Oh, the plastic sheets, sorry. So you need the plastic sheets for the miner, and I needed the rubber sheets to bring the medium voltage cable up. Just a little bit easier to make than using so much wool. So you may notice here in the corner this little reaction generator. I ended up making this because when I hooked this up, the amount of power that it drew was unbelievable, and it pretty much killed all my machines. And I tried a few things to get it all up and running again, and just couldn't. It couldn't catch up. It was just trying. This wouldn't get over about 130 volts. This was lucky if it was hitting 100. I've removed the steam generator, removed all sorts of stuff off it, and I decided, after watching one of Iskandar's earlier videos, I said, well, I'm going to have to do it as well. So this is a Magneticraft reaction generator. So the reaction generator is this little doobie here. It requires 4 of the basic plating and 4 of these small nuclear chambers, and then 8 redstone. The nuclear chambers are 8 basic plating and universal reactant. Now, if you remember when I made the upgrades for the crusher and the furnace inside, you'll remember the universal reactant recipe is just lapis, sugar, or crushed lapis, sugar, and redstone. And basic plating is 3 lead, 3 crushed coal, gets us 2. And these things, it's a fairly easy recipe once you make it. So after that, so that's made in, hang on, over in here. That's made in this little doobie here, this heavy duty workspace. It gives you that 4x4 area. The next thing I did was went, right, it needs a fuel. What have I got for fuel? And I had a bit of a look up on the wiki because I wasn't too sure what fuel I could run through it. And ended up just going with some uranium because I've got 288 uranium here. And that gives a fairly good, I think it's about 1.5 million RF out of each one of these. I think. I'm not too sure on the numbers there. It doesn't quite. Hang on, what do we got here? Can I do use on this? It doesn't really tell you. Oh, hang on, it's in here. Base power. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure. Nuclearcraft is something I haven't really played with, but it gets me a lot. But to get that uranium ingot or even uranium dust into a fuel, you need to run it through this isotope separator. And it separates it down into some of this uranium-238 and the small lumps of 235. You then take it to a grafting table and you turn the small lumps into uranium-235 like this. And then you combine it with 8 of the 235, the 238, sorry, and that gets you these LEU, which I think is low enriched or something uranium, lesser enriched uranium, and that gives us these fuel here. combine those fuel with an empty cell. So this recipe here, which is 4 iron plating, which is just 32 iron around a block. And that's just a case of get the fuel and the empty cell, and it gets you the fuel cell. So you can see I've got a few here. I may as well turn them all in. I'll just leave them in there for now. And those fuel cells combined with that universal reactant we used earlier in here gets us power. So I can drop these in here and they'll fill up. And it holds 250,000 RF. And at the moment I've just got it going through an alternator and then down to the low voltage to straight into the battery here to keep power up. So if this doesn't keep up or something happens, this kind of backs it up. But what my next trick is, I need to make another one of those alternators. Let's see. Another one of these. So I need 4 iron, 3 carbide, redstone, 3 iron. Alright, so let's just grab 8 of each of them. A couple of them. Oops. See how we go here. So I need 2 of those magnets, which is something like this. That's the 2 magnets. Need copper coils, copper. So copper coils. You remember? Oh, look, I've got 2 here. Let's not waste things. A couple of them, and that's the alternator. And then I need the 4 iron and 3 carbide. 4 iron, 3 carbide. It's just the RF alternator. Next thing we need to know is that is that the miner requires medium voltage. So here's the recipe for the miner. You got the diamond drill, which is the same as the oil derrick, the 2 iron and a diamond. Got some of these plastic sheets. We've got 2 electric motors, so plastic sheets, if you remember, it's coal and natural gas. The electric motor, it's a bit of copper and iron. And as I was saying before, the medium voltage cable is low voltage and 2 wool, or this rubber sheet, which was sulfur and natural gas. So that's the miner. And then I've made a low to medium voltage transformer here, which basically, as it says, transforms low to medium. And that's just 2 copper coils, a low cable, medium, and some iron ingots. So my plan is, and I need one more thing, let's dump some junk. Where do I have them? These. I'm hoping this will work. I'm going to need a filter too, actually. I need one of them. Don't you need filter? Not that one, this one. Module base, and okay, let's see if we've got any module bases in here. I really am getting some junk chests happening pretty badly. So, no, it doesn't look like it. 4 of them. 4 of them. So I think it was this. Oop. And then, no, try again. Right. The idea I've got is that I'm going to pretty much automate the ore straight into the crushing system and then the rest of the stuff will be pumped to a different location. At the moment, it's just going to be a chest, and the quarry will stop, or the miner will stop once it gets full. So my idea is, got the pipe coming out of the floor here, and I've got an elevator. Now I know in my comments on my video, or one of my previous videos, I wrote about not liking to mine up and chew up the area that I live in, but this miner has the ability to replace anything it mines up with dirt, very similar to the extra utilities quarry. Sorry about that. And yeah, so it obviously lowers lag, but it also prevents damage to the wilderness, I guess. So the plan was this: put him there, that'll do. And I've moved it over as far as I can. So on the other side of this is the wall for the main room upstairs. See that wall there? That cable coming out the floor is the block behind here. But in testing, this thing does 6 blocks above itself. Sorry, in front of itself and 6 up. So I'm hoping that I made this building. Yes, I did. Made it in line with the other one. So this miner will work in this direction out here, but it shouldn't go up. Shouldn't go to ground level. It should only go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It shouldn't quite hit ground level. So that's my hope. I'm crossing my fingers, and I needed one more one more medium cable. So I'll just go and get that. Somewhere in one of these chests. Some rubber sheets. Other way around. Yeah, it's medium. So the plan is, I'm going to need all this stuff. Downstairs in my basement, plan is to pull items out of this and up here, and at the moment I'm going to put the filter about here, about there, and it's going to be set to all ores. I'm hoping this will work. Fingers crossed. Now, I'm just going to pull this out the top, like so, and then, as I said, for the moment, it's just going to come down into a couple of chests, like so. Just until I can maybe run it over or get AE up and running, I'll kind of leave these as backlog. So we need some medium voltage cable, and that's not quite going to work. Oh, maybe it will. Now, no, that's not what I wanted. I don't want the alternator there. I want this one. When you place it down, the side that's facing you will be the low voltage. So remember that when you're placing it down. You don't want to have the medium this side and the low that side. So my plan is to cable, I'll go across here, cable, alternator. Again, the low voltage is facing you when you're placing this one down. And then I was going to put this on here. Fingers crossed this works. Anyone way to find out? That should be getting power. This is building up. Now I want place blocks of dirt. Yep, I'm going to make this all the way up to 80 by 80. You can hold down shift to go up by 10s, I think it is. So you can see here, mine 0%. Mine's blocks mined in the last second 0. So this needs to get to a certain voltage before it will start mining. There we go. And we're in business. Oh god. Gee, that's quick. That's a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. 15 blocks a second. I wonder how long that'll keep up with the with the reaction generator. It's going quite nuts. But you can see it's certainly firing on all cylinders. There goes some more. Wow, I might need barrels down here. This is quite impressive. Oh, there goes some of the torches from my mining expedition. But yeah, I think this will work quite well, and it's only going to run until obviously these chests fill up. I'm going to need to. I'll probably put a barrel down here, maybe with a void on it for now, for the cobble, etc., or put some drawers in. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll dig out this area here and put some storage drawers in or something with some void upgrades. Because I think we're going to need it. Ooh, that's one of those Win Wonderful ores. I'm not sure what the miner's going to do in regards to those Magneticraft ores that I don't know yet. Hoping that doesn't cause any issues. Hoping it just breaks it. I think that one's full. This one's very quickly filling up. Yeah. So perhaps, actually, let's go and make a trash can, and we'll make another filter. Get rid of that graphical glitch there. Now, trash can, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I've got some stone here. 3 stone. Do I have any chests? Oh no, I just used them all downstairs, didn't I? Let's make another chest. Chest, cobble, stone, trash can. And I didn't need that extractor module, which is good. We'll make another filter. And what I'll do is that quarry is going to be full very soon. So we're still getting some ores. They're coming up into here, getting processed straight away, and they're ending up over there in the chest. You see everything's running. This is quickly burning through everything, and I'd say it's full now. The RF's building back up. Oh, maybe not. It's still going. All right. What I'll do is I'll put, because I don't want to immediately have everything go in the trash can until I can get my filter on. So let's put him. We'll put him here. And that's not going to work either, is it? I'll get there, people. I'll get there. This was a little bit unexpected, I guess. It would be this full on. What do we got? I think I might. Maybe we can make it. Looks like cobble. Let's start with cobblestone. for the moment and give it a destination. See if that works. Oh, there it goes. All the cobblestone's now going in the bin. So that'll take a fair chunk of the problem away. Let's just get rid of some more of this cobble. Now, I'm not a big fan of voiding. Let's get rid of that dirt. Not a big fan of voiding everything, but you know what? I'm sure I can move this to another location at some point. And as I said, I think this works when I've got it on 80 by 80. I think it works 40 in that direction, 40 in that direction, and then 80 backwards. So it's definitely mining a very large chunk of area. And that's going to contain an absolute bucket load of cobble that we don't need. And it's going to turn it all into dirt. Now, obviously I've now got enough cobble to finish my buildings outside. This one's all but full. So we've got some diamonds, dilithium, plenty of these. I'm not sure why these are ended up over here. And a few ores coming over. Would have thought that all ore. Oh no, we're getting. All right, so that there isn't quite gonna work. So I'll do a bit of playing here. Yeah, I'll do a bit of playing to work out what I need to actually add in here. Like I know I'm gonna need to put in so that there's a couple of ores that can't go up here because they'll just jam up the system like this one. Whoops. This lonesium. So I'll need to remove that from the filter. But at the moment, I don't mind if it's. That'll be why it's pushing everything downstairs. So I'll take this lonesium out. Sorry about that. This is working its way through. Now I think titanium does break up as well. So there's a couple that don't work in here. Obviously, this is one, and there's a few others. So we will need to remove. I'll put this in here. Add text. Lonesium. Is that right? Make it a blacklist. So, and because this, as it says there, overrides filters above when item is included. So, any of these filters above, this should override it. I don't really have any way of testing it until I know what's going to happen. But so yeah, that's a quarry setup. Well, a miner setup, and to be quite honest, not that expensive. Just took a bit of iron, bit of copper, and we are 2% mined already. Still mining at 16 blocks a second. This is still full of 32,000 RF. This is kind of keeping up, but I'm going to burn through power pretty quick. But I've got a ton of nuclear fuel, so a ton of uranium. So we should be good. Should be good. Oh, it's got some more in there. Interesting. And that chest's almost full. I'm loving it. That's awesome. And I'm hoping that this hasn't caused any damage. So, where were we? We were... Am I directly in line with this? Okay, so we're one over. We're at Z167. So if it's 40 in that direction, we go to 127. which is about here. So the quarry should start here. There you go. That was stone before, it's now dirt. So it definitely started at this block here. And it goes 40 in that direction. Sorry, 80 in that direction. If that's the case, this block here. What are we? X13, so that should go all the way to 93. That should also probably mean that at the bottom of this water here will now be dirt. Hey! These dirt blocks. So you can see it's done a fair chunk. It's currently over at what, this line over here. Wow. I'm guessing it's right there. Or it missed this chunk. Maybe it didn't. No, it's sand. I don't know. Anyway. But you can see that it's definitely had its way with this area of the land. And as I said, it shouldn't go much up above the level of the ground over there. So it shouldn't do too much damage over here. But yeah, definitely an awesome way of getting ores and materials. And should help us in our quest to advance to the next item, which I'm hoping will be AE. But for that, I need to go find some more meteors. Now I got the press out of that one, but I haven't as yet done enough investigation to find any more crash meteors. So that will be a task for in between episodes, is to go and find all the presses that I need. Well, everything seems to be running smoothly again. I think that filter may have taken effect now. Maybe not. Oh, yep, there you go. Some in here. So that's good. Take that ore out for now. That obviously had a bit of an issue when it was all back stuff. Let's get rid of that cobble and remove a little bit more here. I'll take those ores with me upstairs. So obviously upstairs we don't have a huge amount of storage before the crusher up there. It's only pumping directly into the hopper here. So that being said, that hopper's full, like with me dumping all this stuff in here, it's not going to be able to push any of the new items in. Like that's full now, so it'll probably push them through to, there we go, there comes some here. So with me running that, pushing those things in manually, it stuffs the system up a little. But once I'm through this backlog, I shouldn't have a problem, unless everything gets backstuffed, which is definitely a case. That could happen, because that is now full. So let's just take some of this and go and smelt it down. As I said before, you don't need to use ingots in here. You can just directly drop the dust in. So you won't need to use power in smelting it into ingots before you can run it through here. I don't believe there's any difference in the output. 2 and 2. Let's have a look. Uranium. Not that one. That one. Sorry, that's not my uses. Two and 2 in an isotope separator, and you can see before that we got the 2 and 2 out of this dust. So if you want to, drop it straight into an isotope separator. Perhaps we can almost automate this setup, but I won't do that right at this point. And there is other fuels. I think that I'm pretty sure this thorium is Nuclearcraft fuel. Lithium is, but I think that's only for the next stage up, fusion, or I don't know. There's 2 levels of fuel. One works in this, the other doesn't. So this uranium works. That's all that matters. One works in the reaction generator over there. It takes certain fuels. It won't allow me to use lithium, for example. I tried. It didn't work. Alright, well, I know I didn't give you too much in this episode, but we are at about the wrapping up point. I hope I've given you something to look at here. Very, very basic mining system, but fairly powerful with the setup that I've got going here, and quick. I mean, we're not burning through fuel as quick as I thought we would be, and that's still, you know, it's still attached here, and it's still putting a little bit of power into this, which this is helping with, because it's currently producing 1200 watts. It's pumping as hard as it can. But I wanted to make sure that the 2 networks were separate. I wanted this to only be topping the system up but running downstairs, and I didn't want any of downstairs to pull energy from this area. But that being said, in a test world I did try using just the Stirling generator, and it will run a miner, but you'll only get about 3 or 4 blocks a second, which is still quick, as opposed to 16. And I'd hate to think what max is if that's just this little notch on the bar here. Alright, that's the end of this episode. I'm hoping you enjoyed watching me make a miner, and please leave your comments, likes, dislikes, whatever, in the description below. And I hope to see you all, or have you all see me, I guess, in the next episode. Thanks a lot.